Alright, so I think most of us are pretty comfortable at factorizing quadratics when there is a common factor. So there's, say, a 2 can come out of all the terms. This is probably the hardest part of quadratics. It's probably actually a good thing I'm doing this live video so you can watch it again and again until you get it, because it is actually quite tricky. So I've got 3 examples and then I've got 8 questions for you to do. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So when you're confronted with a quadratic like 10x squared plus 3x minus 4, you can see that there's no common factor that can be kind of sucked out and left out the front. So we need to have a method that we can use to deal with this. Now, maybe next year your math teacher might be able to prove this or go through this with you, but if you're in year 10, just maybe going through the basics of the NCA curriculum as well, and we just go with this method. So what we do is we multiply the first term in front of the x squared by the constant. Multiply those, you get negative 40. And we're looking for factors that add to 3. So we want factors that add, we want the factors that add to this 3. So we go first times last, get that number, and then we want to split that 3 in with using those factors. So 10x squared, I'll show you what I mean. What factors are negative 40 add to 3? 5 and 8, so plus 8x minus 5x minus 4. So multiply the first by the last, get that number, think what factors of negative 40 add to 3. So positive 8 and negative 5 multiply to negative 40, and they add to 3. What we've done is we've just kind of written that positive 3 as two terms. So a bit different to what we've done in the past. What I do is I put a line down the middle and I just factorize this left half first. What can come out of those? An x and a 2, leaving 5x plus 4. Now I look on the right hand side, what can come out of negative 5x and negative 4? A negative 1, leaving 5x plus 4. Now you can see we have 2 brackets the same. That's one factor. And our other factor is the 2x minus 1. There we have it. It is fully factorized. And that is using the more complicated method, but that should always work. There's a reason why I'm going to do 3 examples. So we'll go through this again. So multiply your first and your last. Negative 5 times positive 18 is negative 90. Factors of negative 90 that give negative 9. So we could just list them. 1 and negative 90, 2 and negative 45, 3 and negative 30, 4 isn't going to work, 5 and, well, negative 18. What have we got next? 6 and negative 15, 7, no, 8, no, 9 and negative 10, 10 and negative 9, and then I think we're just going to start going through those numbers again. So you could list them all and then try and find 2 that add to negative 9. And it looks like it's 6 and negative 15. So that's our split. 18x squared. It doesn't matter which order you write this in. So I might just write the negative 15x plus the 6x minus the 5. So there I have it. First times last. Factors that are going to split the negative 9. And I write that split there. Now I'm just going to focus on the left hand side. What can come out of both of those? A 3 goes into 18 and 15, and an x goes into x squared and x, leaving 6x minus 5. We've got the same thing over here. We want this written as a bracket though, 6x minus 5, so there has to be a plus 1 there. There's one bracket, 6x minus 5, and there's your other bracket, 3x plus 1. Cool, now it's fully factorized. Okay, example 3. Again, we'll speed this one up. First times last, 60, and we want factors of 60 that make negative 19, so they're both going to have to be negative, aren't they? So we could go negative 20 and negative 3. That's going to give us negative 23 though. What about negative 15 and negative 4? They multiply, and they do indeed add, so that's our split. 10x squared minus 15x minus 4x plus 6 with our split. So I've just split that negative 19 into two parts using that process. Now we do the left hand side. 5 goes into 10 and 15, and x goes into x squared and x, leaving 2x minus 3. We want the 2x to be positive, so we're going to take out a negative 2 from both of these terms. 2x minus 3. Voila, same bracket. There's one factor, and your other factor is the 5x minus 2. There we go. 3 examples. If that doesn't quite make sense, ask a question in the comments below. Otherwise, maybe just go back and re-watch how I did those examples. Okay. Here is 8 questions for you to have a go at. So you could pause the video there and give them a go. Alright, how did that go? Right, let's look at the first one. So obviously none of them have common factors. We're looking at 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. So we want to multiply the first and last, 24. Factors of 24 that are going to add to 11, 3 and 8. So 2x squared plus 3x plus 8x plus 12. Right, we've just split that 11 into two parts. Left hand side only has an x coming out, 2x plus 3. And the right hand side, 8x plus 12, just has a 4 come out. One bracket is the x and the 4. And the other factor, or other bracket, is 2x plus 3. Yeah, we've fully factorized it. Okay. That was question 1. Let's go through question 2. So if you wanted a fourth example before trying those questions, you could now pause, go through 2 to 8. If you want another example, I'm about to go through 2, and then you could pause and try 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. So we're looking now at 2x squared plus 13x plus 6. Multiply your first and last term, or your A and your C. 12. Factors of 12 that add to 13. You could list all the factors of 12 if you wanted, but this one's a nice easy one. It's just 1 and 12, so there's our split. 2x squared plus x plus 12x plus 6. We haven't changed it, we've just split that 13x. So kind of like reverse collection of like terms. Alright, the left hand side just has an x come out, 2x plus 1, and the right hand side has a 6 come out, leaving 2x plus 1. Brackets are the same, so that is one factor. And now the factor is the x plus the 6. Because it's like you're factorising this whole bracket out of the x plus 6 term. Okay, now we are doing question 3. So I'll just shift this paper up a little bit. Question 3. We have 4x squared plus 16x plus 15. So multiply your first and last term, 60, factors of 60, they add 16, 6 and 10. Nice, easy one. Right, doesn't matter which order you write it down in, it will always work. So I might just switch up the order to how I wrote those down. 4x squared plus 10x plus 6x plus 15. Here's my split. Let's focus on the left. A 2 and an x comes out, leaving 2x plus 5. And on the right hand side, we can take a 3, a positive 3, leaving 2x plus 5 again. Same bracket, same factor. There we go. Almost a perfect square. If that was also a 5, you'd probably just write squared. Okay. Reset this piece of paper for question, which one are we up to? 4. So we're going to do 4 now. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. First times last, 6. Factors of positive 6 to add to negative 5, negative 2, negative 3. Make the split. Factorise as much as you can out of the left-hand side. And the right-hand side. So 2x can come out of 2x squared minus 2x. And negative 3 can come out of 3x and positive 3. Now your brackets are the same. So 2x minus 3 is one bracket, x minus 1 is the other bracket. Okay, question 5. 4x squared minus 15x minus 25. First term times last term, so you always want it in this order, minus 100. Oh, sorry, negative 100. Negative 100, factors that are going to make negative 15. Well, maybe negative 25 and 4. Nope, that's 21. What about negative 20 and 5? Yep, that's negative 15. So 4x squared. Now, because I've been practicing a wee bit more and I've got some experience, I can see that 4 and 20 have a common factor. So I'm actually going to start to be a wee bit smart and write that first. So 4x squared minus 20x plus 5x minus 25. I'm actually pairing that 5 with 25 as well. So I'm starting to kind of think ahead in this problem now that I understand that process. The left-hand side can take a 4 and an x out, leaving x minus 5. And the right-hand side can take a 5 out, leaving an x minus 5 as well. The x minus 5 is a bracket, and the 4x plus 5 is a bracket. Great. Okay, question 6. We have 9x squared minus 9x plus 2, first times last, 18. Factors of 18 that add to negative 9. Negative 3 and negative 6 multiply to positive 18, and negative 3 plus negative 6 add to negative 9. I'm going to put the 6 on the right hand side because it's going to be sharing a factor with 2 quite easily. So 9x squared minus 3x minus 6x plus 2. I've just split that negative 9 into 2 parts. Left hand side can have a 3 and an x come out, leaving 3x minus 1. The right hand side can have a negative 2, so leaving 3x minus 1 again, because that negative 2 and that negative 1 give a positive. So you just got to be careful with your signs there. So one bracket is 3x minus 2, and one bracket is 3x minus 1. Awesome. Okay, I'll get another bit of paper going for the last two. So maybe you could pause the video if you haven't quite found that success you've been looking for. Hopefully now you're starting to understand that process. So question 7 is quite tricky, but there has to be something in there to challenge you. 6x squared plus 31x plus 35. So in the MCAT, as a year 11 student, you wouldn't have a calculator to be doing these. So sometimes those number skills are important. All right, 6 times 35. 210. Okay, factors of 210 to make 31. It looks pretty hard, but you can see quite quickly that 21 times 10 is 210, and 21 plus 10 is 31. So there's our split. 6x squared plus, 21x, because it doesn't matter the order, plus 10x plus 35 split. All right, what can we take out of 6 and 21? A 3. What can we take out x squared and x? And x. Leaving 2x plus 7. What can we take out of this right hand side? You can kind of see that you're going to get the same bracket twice. So a 5 is obviously going to have to come out, and it's positive, leaving 2x plus 7. So one bracket, 3x plus 5, another bracket, 2x plus 7. Looks pretty good to me. All right, last question, question 8. Just trying to keep the video a bit short, so if you want to go through it again, you can just rewind and watch me go through that process. All right, first term times last term, 21 times 8, 168. Factors are 168 that add to negative 34. So this is quite a hard one. So I might just start with 1 and 168, and then I might just double and halve and see if I get there quite quickly. Is that right? None of those are working. Okay. The two factors are going to be quite far apart because of that negative 34. So what if I triple the 2 to 6? And can I third 84? I can, because it's 24 plus 60. So it must be 6 and 28. Yep. But it's positive and this number's negative, so they both have to be negative. There's my factors. So 21x squared minus 6x minus 28x plus 8. That's me splitting the 34. What could come out of 21 and 6? A 3. An x can come out, leaving 7x minus 2. What can come out of the negative 28x and the positive 8? Looks like negative 4 has to come out. Again, leaving positive 7x and minus 2. Repeated bracket, that's one factor. And the leftover. All right. Whew, that's a lot of factorization. I think I'm done factorizing for the day.